Hello fam, how are you all doing? I hope you all are good. Let's talk about some things men do in relationships just to deceive women.
This man said, all you have to do with a woman is make her think that you are crazy about her. Do that for a few months. And once you get her hooked, it's going to be hard to try to unhook her based on what you do to her. So ladies, stay safe out here. All they gotta do is pretend that they like you so much. After that first 6 months or a year, if they can go that long, get you hooked and put you on. Be careful.
You really want to knock a woman's socks off and have her like just crazy about you? You're going to do this. You're going to do these 3 stops. You're going to take her grocery shopping. Number 1, let me give you the game about grocery shopping. Mm-hmm. When you get in there, you're going to get 2 cars. Say, baby, go crazy. She's like, what you mean? Just go ahead. You got the joint, you're going to tell her go crazy. She got kids or something. She got to get the zooms and wham and snaps and juicy juices. Well, you might be in line or you might be standing. She might be waiting on the joint. You stand behind and grab a kiss on her. Let her know. You just give her the A-Max when she get to the register. Babe, let me take this. I got to do this. Let me go grab that. She's like, oh my God, he didn't give me the card. Usually where a grocery store at across the street is a gas station. Mm-hmm. Take over there, fill the tank, 93. Fill it up, oh man. 93. Then after that, you take it to a woman's playground. You take it to Target. Take it there, go crazy. After you leave Target, you know where you're going? Taking it to get that car detailed. You can't run into one woman that been on a date like that. Cause I'm telling you, they never, that's 4 stops, bro. And guess what? When you leave and she cooking that salmon with that rice or whatever she cooking, she thinking about you. Cause that whole freezer got your name all over it. When she crack open that soap, you bought that. When them razors or that near to clean her legs and all that stuff, you did that. If you won't go to Chanel and buy a bag, you know, if you buying a real one, you 5,000 in. You could buy a little small one, 3,000 in. That's the same price point. It's less than that.
Yeah.
That whole place, I just said that whole go crazy package right there, that's under 2,500.
Ladies, I hope we all are listening. Some men out there are all about games. What happened to being a real human? What happened to being your true self? Is it all about game? Must it always be all about game? That's why I would always say, as a woman, you should have your own money. Do not depend on a man to feed you. Do not get into a relationship with the mindset that that man will sponsor your lifestyle. If you have your own money and you're contented with what you have, it will be difficult for you to fall for games like this. Emotional maturity is also very important. You need to learn how to make yourself happy and not depend on a man to make you happy.
Dark love psychology. How men manipulate women to become obsessed with them. Here are 3 steps that they will take to look out for. Number 1, they search for an easy cooperative component, which is typically somebody very insecure, empathetic, and gullible. Then after they find them, they study them to discover what brings them pain and what brings them pleasure, which upon discovering, they will soon begin creating false narratives, pathological lies, and exaggerated and fabricated stories, so they can manipulate them to get them to think that they've been through the exact same thing and are feeling their exact same pain. They will also make sure they dispense enormous amounts of love and care, or will showcase this massive hopelessness in life and severe dependency on that woman to influence responsibility in nurturing, knowing it's in a woman's nature to nurture. For more signs on how to tell if someone is manipulating you in a relationship, click the plus sign and I'll see you in the next video.
How most players make women crazy over them. Now, a lot of you guys might have heard something differently, but I'm gonna just tell you guys the truth on how most players, most men make women crazy over them. Let me give you guys just the honest truth. What these men do is they shower the woman with gifts. They give the woman a lot of validation. They get a woman great sex, of course. They give the woman the entire romance experience. They don't listen to, oh, the red pill, don't buy any gifts, don't validate women, don't do this, don't do it. Nah, they do everything that women like. And guess what they do right afterwards? They just pull back. You see, when you showering a woman with gifts, when you validating a woman, making her feel so special, when you giving the woman great sex, when you whispering all these sweet nothings to this woman and this woman thinks she actually got you, the moment you walk away, I'm scared of what might happen. Depending on how emotionally mature the woman is, depending on how stable that woman's mind is, I'm going to be honest with y'all, you know what I'm saying? And You ain't, look, I ain't telling you to do this, but you do that, you know what I'm saying? The woman might unalive you. I'm just saying, like, this is how the real players in the real world actually get these women insane, because once you take away all that validation, all of those gifts, that great sex, all of those sweet nothings, just being the entire perfect guy for her, and you just take that out of nowhere without any explanation. What do you think happens? Why do you think women love bomb us so much? Because they're showering us with affection. They're being so submissive, feminine, giving us sex, all this stuff. And then they just leave. It makes men go insane. So understand, this is how real players make women obsessed with them. It's just the bottom line.
Romance is calm. That is what men use to get to women. Romance was created for broke men, so they can use that to manipulate women and have women. Since they are broke, women don't want to be with them. So, but having sweet mouths, selling them romance, women easily fall for that. I understand that some women love being gifted by men, and they also love getting validated by men. How do you cope this? By focusing on yourself. You stop this whole waiting for a man to gift you, waiting for a man to validate you syndrome by working on yourself. Personal development. You should learn how to pour into yourself and be self-sufficient. Learn how to validate yourself. You don't wait till someone tells you you're good, you look good, you're good looking, you're beautiful before you feel that way. You are enough. You are good enough for yourself. If you don't have self-confidence, you have to build it. You have to train yourself. You have to build it. A lot of men out there are wolves in sheep clothing. You have to guard yourself. Stand up and fight for yourself. Guard yourself. If not, men will use you to the point that you might not be able to recognize yourself. You need to build emotional stability. Love yourself, be happy by yourself, and be self-sufficient. Emotional attachment can be very detrimental, and it is a strong tool that men use to play women.
Friendly reminder, train yourself to not be attached emotionally to anyone. When they stop communicating and stop talking to you, you're not gonna recover well with it. You're gonna go crazy. You gotta remember, people wake up with different feelings every day. That's why nobody on this planet have my 100% trust. That's why it's so important to stay grounded and not rely on anyone for your happiness. So always protect your peace. Wake up, I'm on.
If there's anything I would tell a woman not to do, it would be to stop getting so emotionally attached to a man's words, and to stop getting so emotionally attached to how he sounds when he speaks his words. Because a lot of men know that women fall for what they hear, that women fall in love with what they hear, not necessarily with the man. You should never fall in love with what you hear. Fall in love with the mind of the man, the soul of the man, the energy of the man, the spirit of the man, the vibrations, the frequencies of the man, the whole life of the man, not the way he sounds, not the words he uses when he's talking to you. Okay, so when you listen to a man, make sure that you're listening with your heart fully deactivated. It doesn't mean that you're cold. It doesn't mean that you're crass. It doesn't mean that you're aloof or disrespectful. It just means that you're fully grounded and you're neutral. Okay, it means that you're fully grounded and you're totally aware of what's going on at all times. You're not getting drunk with his words. You see what I'm saying? Because if your heart is fully activated while you're listening, you will get caught up in that current and drift away and become lost at sea, like a person who's lost at sea. Stay grounded, stay neutral, stay coherent, always be aware of what's going on at all times. Protect yourself.
Don't be emotionally attached to anyone. Being emotionally attached to anyone can be an addiction. Even when the person is maltreating you, you'll be blinded to that. Even when you recognize it, it will be difficult for you to pull away from that person because you're so attached, you're so addicted to that person. So you doing that is obviously you hurting yourself. And it is a very risky thing to do because humans are not dependable. Humans have the propensity to betray. So tell me, why should you trust someone that has the inclination of betrayer 100%? Trusting your fellow human is a risky decision. It is risky. Humans can wake up and behave differently and do differently without even understanding why they are doing what they're doing. Some might even have a good reason for what they're doing. You're only sure of yourself 100%. That is if you know who you are, because some people don't even understand who they are. Always apply logic and ask yourself if whatever you're doing is going to be beneficial to you. I'm not saying that you should always be selfish, no, but always put yourself first. When it comes to charity, be charitable, but your relationship is not a charity project. It is a partnership that can be likened to a business deal. You get what I mean? It is a deal. You bring this to the table, I bring this to the table. I hold my own part of the deal. I make things happen the way we've agreed. You do the same. It is a deal. It's a partnership deal. So you should always ask yourself, how is this benefiting me? Like I said, if you want to be charitable, go out there and be charitable to people that need it. Action speaks louder than words. If this man is always telling you nice things and he's not doing it, that's a red flag. Let his actions speak for him. And it's not all actions you're going to hold on to. Just be smart, be observant, and always apply logic.
I don't really get attached, and I'll tell you why. Because of the fact I'm a psychology student, and from my last very painful breakup, I now know that majority of the time what we're feeling, especially in terms of addiction or lust, it's just the chemical reaction in your brain and it's not real. So if you watch my manipulation video, all of those tactics work, okay? They even work on me. And you know why? It's because you can't help this chemical reaction in your brain. For example, when someone's doing that hot and cold on you, it works. It works every time. It works on me. But the difference is, because I know that it's just chemical reaction in my brain, I don't let it affect me. For example, this guy was doing hot and cold on me, and when he started doing that, even though it low-key made me obsessed with him, I never replied to him again. I'm still thinking about him right now. Because of the reaction in my brain, I'm still thinking about him, but I didn't act on it because I know that it's not real.
Let's stop having attachment to things that we do not own. You don't own that man. Don't have an attachment to him, because remember, strangers turn into people that we love, but those same people that we love can turn into strangers real quick. The person that you thought you knew inside and out can turn into a stranger the next day, the next minute, or even right now. So let me tell you something. Stop attaching yourself so much onto someone like that thing belongs to you. Attach your own self to your own self. Give yourself as much love as you want. Treat yourself as much as you want, and don't put attachment on someone, because when that person disappoints you, then you are going to rely your happiness onto their disappointment. So let me tell you something. Don't get attached. Don't get attached.
The story coming up next is on a lady that caught her boyfriend cheating. But what she did next is what got me thinking. Let's have a look.
The biggest blessing of my life was when my ex-boyfriend cheated on me with his girl best friend. She had a boyfriend and I told her boyfriend. Actually, I told her boyfriend before I told my boyfriend that I knew he was cheating on me. And I messaged the guy on Instagram and I was like, hey, we're being cheated on. I sent him the proof that I was actually being for real, and we talked about what we were gonna do. And we decided it would be nice if we pretended we were a couple. Basically arranged a date, a fake date, so that we could meet up, and then when we were in that date, we took a picture, the both of us, and we sent it to them, telling them that we were breaking up with them. It was very entertaining to see the whole thing play out, because we were obviously heartbroken because the both of us had just gotten cheated on, but we were getting revenge, and there's nothing better. When you get cheated on, there's nothing you care about more than revenge. So we were feeling really excited about the fact that we were hurting them somehow. So after a few fake dates, we realized that we actually liked each other for real. Fast forward a year and we just moved in together. Being cheated on was the most heartbreaking thing I experienced, but at the same time, it was the best thing that I experienced too, because it allowed me to meet the love of my life. I think one of the best parts too is that my ex and his ex are no longer together, so karma.
I'm 29 and my baby father is 69. I know that's a hard pill to swallow, but before you judge me, it's not what you think. I have a rare condition called TMAU. It causes a body odor that no amount of showers or perfumes could hide. And for years, it lowered my confidence. When I met him, he didn't judge me for it. He accepted me, but I later realized that acceptance isn't the same as peace of mind. Then I became a mother. At that moment, something shifted in me. I realized if I stay, my daughter would grow up in a home filled with unhappiness, constant disagreements, and broken energy. And I refused to let that be her story. I'm not happy. I'm not thriving. I'm just surviving. And the truth is, I deserve to live life, to love life, and to be loved in peace and happiness. Today, I choose better for my daughter, for myself, for the woman I'm becoming. My past or current situation does not define me. It's building me into my greatest self. If you ever settled because you didn't know your worth, just know it's never too late to alchemize.
Who am I to complain when she said she has found the love of her life? I feel a certain type of way about her relationship, the way it started. It is a relationship built out of trauma, and what I say is trauma bonding. I don't know if the relationship is going to last forever. I don't know if you're going to have problems. That is none of my business, but I don't think it's the best way to go. You know, I've made a video in the past, and in that video, one of them video I made in the past, I spoke about how people just jump from relationship to relationship. Someone cheated on you. You didn't think about taking a break and healing. You thought the best way to move on is to hop on to the next person, not just a total stranger, a new person, but a lady's boyfriend that your man cheated on. So all I see right now is them trying to pepper their ex. All we're together, and they might be staying together also just to prove a point. So for me, I don't think it's the best way to go, but I know nothing is set on stone and there's no one way to finding love, the way they say it. But there's some certain things you don't do. It's important for you to love yourself. And healing is you loving yourself, because she has not healed from what happened. And that her boyfriend will constantly remind her of her past, of her trauma. And the second video was about acceptance. I'm not going to judge her, and it takes a lot of confidence, a lot of mind maturity for you to accept yourself the way you are, even when people don't want to accept you. It takes a whole lot of brain work for you to do that. The point I'm driving at is this: do not sell yourself short because you feel like you're not good enough. Don't do that. Not because someone accepted you means that that person is good for you. As a human being, you should have your standards. You should have your do's and don'ts. Do not go with acceptance. Do not be happy because people accepted you, but be happy because of what you accepted. It's all about you, all about what you want. If you live your life based on people accepting you, people validating you, you're going to lose yourself. And I love what she said towards the end of her video. It's all about you, all about your happiness. Do not sell yourself short because you feel like you're not good enough. Don't do that. You're better off by yourself, alone, than being in a relationship that is not serving you. Getting into a relationship where your partner makes you believe that they are doing you a favor for being in that relationship with you, that alone is a red flag. And do you know the mindset that comes with someone feeling like they're doing you a favor? It means that whatever I give to you, you have to take it. Don't make a man see you in that way. That man is going to unleash all the bad behavior he has in that relationship, and he will care less about you. The chances of him cheating on you will be high, because in his head, I'm doing you a favor. Other people didn't accept you, so I am doing you a favor in this relationship. Please do not put yourself in that situation. We all have issues in life, be it medical condition, be it deformity. That does not define you, and that does not make you less of a human. So do not see yourself less. Do not sell yourself short because you feel like you have a condition or you feel like you're broke. Don't do that.
You know what I don't think people talk about enough is trauma bonds, because you'll be out here having a trauma bond with somebody that you've been in a relationship with for years, and you will convince yourself time and time again that it's okay to be with them, even though they physically and emotionally abuse you. Like, my mind really convinces me at times that all of that is excusable, all of that nasty behavior is excusable, and that it's okay and we'll make it work. And that's crazy to me. A trauma bond is crazy. A trauma bond makes you crazy. I literally went through a year of having a restraining order on this man. A restraining order. Because of how bad the abuse was. And as soon as that restraining order expired, I was back with him. What? So if this sounds all too familiar to you, you could possibly be experiencing a trauma bond with somebody who is no good for you, but you don't know how to get away from them because of that trauma bond. I feel you.
7 signs that it is not love, but instead a trauma bond. Okay. I read this quote on Instagram by My Mental Health Space. And I'm going to read you these 7, and they hit home so freaking hard. Number 1, you justify their behavior. I know they do this and they're mean and horrible this way, but they're also so great this way. Guilty. Number 2, you feel dependent on the person, whether that's financially dependent on them, whether that's who am I going to hang out with, how I'm going to be alone. Guilty. Number 3, you suffer in the relationship. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never been in a relationship that I have not suffered in. So I just think that that's normal and that's the way it's supposed to be. I didn't know. Okay, guilty. Number 4, you lie for them. So it's kind of like number 1, you justify their behavior. So you keep all the secrets of their abuse. Oh, they called me this, they did that. You don't tell people because you know it's abuse deep down inside, so you don't want to hear it from other people. Guilty. Number 5, you think that the abuse is your fault. Well, it's because I said this thing that triggered them, da-da-da-da. No. Abuse is never good. It's never good. The problem is we just don't know that you can have a relationship without abuse because we've never had that. Number 6, you're unable to change the situation because we are trying to control it because we're just trying to make it right. And it's not our responsibility. That's codependent. Guilty. Number 7, you fixate on the good days and try to justify okay, but it's still good this way. Oh my God, I'm so guilty of this. We use those good days as proof that they do care. But is that enough? No. Before I go into a shame spiral, I'm going to just sit here and try and give myself grace. That's all I can do at this point.
If you'd love to watch more videos like this, click this video to watch some men mad at the fact that women have got standards, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.